Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Audrey's Artistries. We back again for another video. So if you saw the first video, I know you saw how we got this flawless base, okay? So we're gonna complete that flawless base with a little eye look, okay? With a little natural, neutral glam eye makeup application using a beginners friendly makeup palette, which is by your girl. It's called Summer Nights. Okay, so I'm giving you makeup products. I'm teaching you how to use them. I'm letting you know the brushes that I use. I got some real inexpensive Dollar Tree brushes, y'all. Yes, and then I got you expensive ones. I like to switch my brushes up depending on the look that I'm doing. But today, we use some of our Dollar Tree brushes and one of our Morphe brushes, okay? So, real basic, real simple, real cute, straightforward. And I want y'all to do this and send me pictures, okay? Yes, sis. Send me a picture of you trying to do this look. And I want to see how it turned out. Let's see if this step-by-step classes work, okay? So, let's get started. Alright, so let's get this thing started right. We're going to do La P. Louise and Lil NARS concealer because I want this to be as natural as possible. I don't want to do like a dramatic look. I just know I just wanted a skin-like base to start with. So, the key to eyeshadow is your base. Don't be putting no eyeshadow on no naked eye. You need some kind of base to hold it down. To keep it from creasing, to make sure you get all the pigmentation from the eyeshadows, all the above, sis. I just sound like an old Cartoon Network character, can't talk. But once you apply that base, you want to make sure you're patting it into your skin because you want that base to be tacky yet blended in. No creasing, none of that. We want a nice solid base. So we're going to do that to both eyes and make sure it's really tacky. Well, tacky is what I mean wet. We don't want to set it with any powders. We just want to make sure we keep the finish of the concealer or eye base that you're using. You do not have to use eye primer or eye base. You can use a concealer. But we're going to be very light-handed since this is a beginner's class, okay? Beginners, so be light-handed today. Now, I just really do love the P. Louise base because it grabs onto any eyeshadow that I use. So, yeah. That's why I recommend it. But this is the Summer Nights palette. It's a little beat up. As you can see, this is the demo palette that I used to create the palette with. So we're going to start with that deep brown color. And this color is basically going to be my transition and might also help me deepen my crease. The brush I'm using is a pointed, fluffy crease brush. It is not big. It's not a big crease brush because the smaller the brush and the denser, the more control you have. This is not too dense where I'm not able to move the shadows around and blend them in, but it's dense enough to pack on that color. And as you notice, I'm actually patting the color into my crease before I start blending out, to buff it out, to diffuse it. So that's that method I'm doing right now. So blend as much as you want and pack on. I use a little at a time. You don't want to start with too much and lose control of your eyeshadow. That's why you'll see me go back and forth with packing and blending until I get that consistency I want. Now, as you can tell, I am taking that color into my nose contour because I want to make sure that I get that one seamless blend from the nose contour to my transition eyeshadow. Pat, pat, blend, pat, blend, pat, pat, blend, pat, pat, blend. I can't sing, I wish though. But yes, it is coming on through, and it's also going to help build that shape of the eye look that you want to achieve. Today we're just going to with a simple 3-step eye look, 3 colors. That's all we're using today. So these are my handy dandy Dollar Tree brushes. These are by Wet n Wild. As you can tell, the one on the right is the more big and fluffier, and the one on the left is smaller and fluffier. So we're going to take the one that was on the right and blend and diffuse those edges a little bit more. Always keep a clean, fluffy brush on standby with any eyeshadow look you want to do, because you have to make sure those edges are diffused and everything blends flawlessly. Now this brush is more so it's called a crease brush. It's one of those crayon cases pencil brushes, but it's a flat fluffy brush, and I basically use it to put my lid color on for really quick eyeshadow looks. So I'm going to go into this color Rose, and what I'm doing is I'm patting that color on my lid and up into my crease. So I want to imitate a cut crease look. Cut creases are a little bit more advanced, but I want to give us a little cut crease feel for the beginners class, because I know all of you are loving that look, and you want to know how to do it, but I just want to give you a little cheat sheet. So this is your cheat sheet, sis. So yeah, so you're just gonna pat that color on in. It's a lot of patting rather than swiping with eyeshadows. You don't want to do too much swiping. It's a lot of pat with a lot of things, okay? And so as I said again, we're building that shape of that eye. We want to make sure that shimmer goes up a little bit into the crease, but not all over, because we don't want to look like how I looked in high school with a shimmer shadow all over my eye. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. Alright, so once we have that color patted on in, we're going to take our smaller, dense, fluffier Wet n Wild brush, and we're going to pat that brown color on the outer edges and clean up a bit the crease to add a little bit more definition. As you can tell, it's getting a little bit deeper in color because we are using a denser and smaller, fluffier brush to apply that eyeshadow shade now. So we're building that definition back into our eye. But I am going to take that brush I was using earlier, my pointed crease brush from Morphe, to clean up my shimmer shadow in the front to still keep that shape. Now we're going to go into that nice purpley color, because I just think that was cute. A little brown, little purple, a little rose gold, little cute day to night kind of eyeshadow look. Perfect for a neutral glam. Spice it up a bit. Now sis, you can use any color you want. Okay, so take these same techniques and apply it with any color you would like. Okay, you don't have to use the rose gold, the purple, or the brown. And you can add a black to your outer crease to deepen it a little bit more for nighttime as well, if you want to do that. So I just think this is just a really cute eye look. I was doing it on the fly, and I just really wanted to use the Summer Nights palette because it's popping, especially for beginners. If you don't have this palette, girl, it's $18.50 on www.audreysartistry.com. So grab it. So as you can tell, I'm just going back and doing a few touch-ups, make sure I got the shape that I want. And then once we get all that together, we're going to take our highlighter, Chasing the Sun. This is my favorite highlighter. And we're going to apply our highlight color in the tear duct You know, I just think it gives it like a little extra pizzazz and definition to add a tear duct color. I'm using it to a brush by the crayon case to apply that color. If I can focus, oh my gosh, it's a crease brush. But if you see the brush, it's more so pointed and it's a very stiff brush. So I necessarily would not use it in my crease unless I'm doing like a very defined crease look and trying to touch up my lines in my crease for a cut crease especially. Is very perfect for that. But this brush is also perfect for your tear duct color and your under brow highlights like I'm using it today. Yes, so I'm focusing some more so we can go ahead and apply this liner. We are not learning how to do wing liners in this video. We're just going to do a very thin line to make sure we add a little definition to those lids and that eye to bring out our eye shape. We want to use a thin line as possible, the thinnest line you can accomplish. Okay, we're using our NYX black liquid liner to do this with, and so I like using liquid liner over gel or pencil because it's easier for me to control and glide on. Now gel is a little bit easier to apply because the consistency, as you can tell, as the liquid liner, as the liner gets runs out off on the brush, it becomes a little streaky, but the gel, if you apply it with the brush, you get more consistency. Now these lashes is popping, honey, because we use that MAC Cosmetics Giggle Lash mascara. Is perfect. I love to use it for my bottom lashes, but I use it for my top too to get as much as my top lashes coated before applying lashes. But today we're just going to do lashes because we're a beginner and we just want to focus on making sure this eyeshadow is perfect, honey. Okay, so yes, grab those bottom lashes, define it. Yes. This eye look came out really good because I ended up doing it the next day, but I did apply lashes. But I just really wanted you guys to get the full effect without lashes so you can actually see the eye look on its own. So it's so pretty, so girly, so sweet, very blended, and super, super easy and quick. I hope you guys enjoy this eye look. It is perfect. Alright, so we got our super neutral basic eyeshadow tutorial now done. So now we have the complete face, guys. I mean, you got your face application, you got your eyeshadow application, put on the liner, the lip gloss, and you good. I didn't put lashes on because, when we get into our more advanced dramatic classes, we're going to, do a step-by-step on how to apply lashes. So we just did a few coats of mascara, real natural. And yeah, that's how I look today. Let me put a lip gloss on. A lip gloss. I don't want to look too basic, eh? Come on, still lip gloss. So we know, what that final look will look like when we hit these streets, honey. Yes. And this is just one of my MAC lip glosses without the lip liner. I didn't do any lip liner. Like I said, we doing the basics. You let me know what you want the next class to be about. We can learn how to, line our lips, apply lipstick, do all that. You let me know in the comments below. And we got this beginner's class started, honey. we on video number 2. What's next? So don't forget to like me, comment, and subscribe.